Alright, sis, we gotta talk. Today, I'm finally breaking my silence and talking about why I retired from the coaching industry and what it is that I'm doing now.
There's no stopping me now. I know my shot, sit down. Money's all over me. I'm called to be rich and be free.
What up, Kingdom Builders? Welcome back to my channel. I am 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗧, your favorite business. Nope. I need a new intro, right? I have retired from business coaching, online coaching, period. And in today's video, I am back with another story time of why I actually quit coaching and what it is that I'm doing now. Let me rewind the intro and get into it. Welcome back to my channel. I am 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗧. Welcome to Soul Struck Land. This is my internet home where I help you go from confused to the ethical, cash generating boss that you are meant to be. So in order to talk about why I'm actually retiring from coaching, I want to go back a little bit, but I'm not going to go back too far because I actually did a video a few years ago where I shared my journey of how I got into coaching in the first place. I started my first online business in 2013. It was a hair company. And once I started my hair company, I was not for dealing with mailing all those packages all the time. The hair industry was changing. 𝗕𝗏𝗹𝗪 went public. And so there were all these factors that made me realize that I did not want to have a product-based business because there are a lot of additional things that goes with that as far as inventory, shipping orders, dealing more with client issues and things like that. So I tapped into my HR bag. My background is in HR. I have a master's degree in human resource management. So I started career coaching in 2014. And I did career coaching up to like 2017, 2018. And then I slowly started transitioning into business coaching. And it wasn't because I wanted to do business coaching, but it was because I would refer some of my coaching clients were like, hey, 𝗵𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗧, I want to be able to start a business of my own. Like, will you coach me? And at that time, I didn't feel like I was the right person to do that. So I would refer them to other people that I knew that, were popular coaches or whatever. But I didn't necessarily agree with a lot of the advice and the information that they were giving them. So I was just like, you know what, let me just do it myself. And so I transitioned into business coaching. And it was fun for a long time, but at some point, the coaching industry really just started to change. I think it started changing around the pandemic. I feel like 2019, 2020, you really started to just see an uptick specifically in business coaching, social media coaches. And I feel like because of everything that was going on in the world at that time, like everyone was looking for an opportunity to make money. So what kind of started me to really getting frustrated when it came to business coaching and feeling like I didn't want to do it anymore was really back in 2021. So I have a video on my channel where I talk about how I did these focus groups. I interviewed over 50 online coaches and course creators about their experience working with business coaches and social media coaches and things like that. And in my interviews, I was really surprised and taken back by the feelings, the experiences that people had when it came to working with business coaches. And so I'm not going to go in detail about everything that I discovered from those interviews, but it was really eye-opening for me. When I did those interviews, I went into these focus groups and interviews wanting to do market research so that I could actually create a new coaching program for my own business. But then after I did these interviews, I ended up just kind of sitting back and thinking like, man, like how did the coaching industry get here? Like, this is crazy that people are having these type of experiences, and that it really highlighted the fact that, to me, a lot of business coaching, social media coaching, life coaching programs became less about serving people and more so about it being a money grab and people trying to make as much money doing the least amount of work possible. So when I did these focus groups, it really started to change my perception that I had of the coaching industry. It really made me sit back and look at my own coaching programs that I was offering. And yeah, I just started to feel a way about it. So it seems like over time, the coaching industry has become less about serving clients and more so about making as much money as possible. And it doesn't matter if your clients are actually getting results or not. And so I think back to when I first came into coaching. I tell a story all the time about how my first kind of introduction to entrepreneurship, I used to listen to this podcast. It was called Internet Business Mastery. It was these two co-hosts, Jeremy and Jason. I don't even know if they're still around, but they were the first two people that I ever came across that introduced me to the whole world of entrepreneurship and made me think like, I could build an online business and make money and be able to travel or whatever. And when I think back to like early 2010s, 2013, 2014, it seemed like you had internet business coaches, what like it was all about starting an internet business back then, right? And so you really had coaches, or maybe I was just blind to the fact, but to me, when I think back to my early journey and the people who are out talking about business coaching or helping you start internet businesses, online businesses, it was literally about serving people. It was about helping people to create the life that they wanted, right? And it was less so about like flexing and showing people, I got a 6-figure business. I got a 7-figure business. I can work from the beach. I can take flights whenever I want, right? It was literally about, hey, like this is an alternative to having a traditional job. This is how I'm able to make money. This is how I'm able to provide for my family. And it came from a place of servitude, of people really wanting to help other people get to a specific result. And at some point along that journey, it's like the mission of coaching changed and it became less about serving other people and it became just a bunch of self-serving entrepreneurs who were all about making money for themselves and not really caring about who they harm in the process. And so I started around 2021 when I did these focus groups. It really changed my perception of how I saw the coaching industry. And so the first thing that I did was I was like, well, I can change this from the inside, right? So I created a new coaching membership where I knew I wasn't going to keep it for long, but I was like, I'm going to find a specific group of coaches who are purpose driven. They're not focused on transactions. They really have a mission to help people and they want to show up in the world as a coach besides business coaching, besides life coaching, besides social media coaching, but really having a long lasting meaningful impact in their business that not only helps them to make money to sustain their lifestyle, but they're building up the community that we live in as well. So in 2022, that's what I did. And in March of 2022, I started a coaching membership and I told them this membership is only going to be for 9 months. And December 31st, 2022, this membership is ending. It's not going into the next year. But in this program, I promise you guys, I'm going to teach you every single thing that I know about coaching. So if you wanted to, you could coach someone else on how to do it. But I felt like it was necessary for me to have that knowledge transfer to kind of change the coaching industry from the inside, right? That was my goal anyways. But even with me having that membership, one thing that I noticed is before, a lot of my clients were very purpose driven. They knew that they wanted to have some type of impact in life, right? And it was something like that was like a soul desire for them. And that's why my business is called Soul Struck, right? It was a soul desire for them to show up in the world so that when they died, they could say that they made the world a better place from when they came to the point that they left. And that's how I am when it comes to what I create in this world, whether it's business-wise or just in life. I feel like you should do things that are going to have a positive impact to really increase other people's quality of life. I opened my membership in March of 2022, knowing that it was only going to last to the end of the year. And after that, I was not going to do any more coaching. But in that process of working with the group of people that I had, I started to notice that not only had the coaching industry changed as far as the quality and care that came from coaches in the industry, but the clients had changed as well. As the messaging, and this is just kind of my opinion and thought process behind this, but it seems like as the messaging around online businesses started to shift and change to being about making money and a lot of income reporting and like, oh, I only work 5 hours per week and you can do this too, it seems like the clients changed as well, in the sense of, like, when I started, everyone was kind of purpose driven, right? They were like, how can I leverage my skills and talents to make money and also help other people? And it became this thing where I noticed that it was like 50% of my clients were in that mindset of being purpose driven. And then also the other 50% of my clients were like, I'm just trying to get a check. I want to make money however I can. And so instead of them really tapping into their own skill set and purpose and expertise, they wanted to like be business coaches, be social media managers and coaches, because on the outside looking into them, it was like, if I want to be able to make money online, this is what I have to do, right? It made me sit back and think, is the online coaching industry really something that is viable? And if this is how it is right now, oh, I'm back. I don't even know. Oh, wait, where's my mic? All right, I'm back. I don't even know where I left off. I think I was talking about how the coaching industry would be. So I was talking about how if this is the state of the online coaching industry right now, like, what is the longevity going to be? What is it going to be like 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What is the quality of coaches that are going to be there, but also the clientele that is interested in actually paying for coaching as well? The more I really just started to sit back and think about it, I was like, this is not something that I think I want to be a part of any longer, because to me, it seemed like, as far as coaching, online coaching has become nothing but an industry full of self-serving entrepreneurs. And it's not something that I want to be a part of. Like, I would really prefer to do something where I know that what I'm doing has meaning and it has a positive impact on the world. So for me, even though I had good intentions, I felt like I didn't necessarily have the impact that I did when I first started coaching, because the coaching industry itself is different. The expectations of what business coaches can do for you is different. And I just didn't want to do it. Like, I didn't feel like it was as impactful and meaningful, regardless of how good my intentions were. So you may be thinking like, okay, Ebony, so like, if you're not coaching, what are you doing? Did you go back and get a 9-to-5? Are you still an entrepreneur? How are you making money? And to basically sum this up very shortly, I still am a full-time entrepreneur. I'm still working in my business, and I don't really consider myself to be an entrepreneur anymore, but more so a entrepreneur. And basically what that means is, instead of me being an entrepreneur and kind of isolated and working on my own, I've kind of immersed myself independently in other established businesses and organizations to help them grow and scale their business from a business operations and management standpoint. So I'm still working independently for myself in my business, doing my own thing. I'm just no longer serving in a coaching capacity, More so, I serve as a business manager. I help other online businesses when it comes to their business operations, their systems, workflows, and processes to help them to really build thriving businesses and do a lot of the behind the scenes things that online businesses really need to learn and understand about their day-to-day operations if they want to have sustainable online businesses with longevity. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. That's why I retired from online coaching. Do I think I'll ever coach again? I don't know. The way the industry is right now, it's not looking likely at all. But who's to say? I don't know. Maybe I'll have a change of heart. I have thought about like maybe doing a mastermind or something like that, but as of right now, I'm just solely working behind the scenes. I don't do any coaching at all. And so with that change of me retiring from coaching, you will also start to see a change in the content that I have on this channel as well. I really want to make my channel less about making money online and less about sales and marketing, and really focus more on the skills and wisdom and knowledge that I think people really need to have when it comes to managing a business, because it's easy to start a business, but growing it and sustaining it is a totally different ballgame, right? So that's where I feel like I can have the most impact, is helping people when it comes to managing the operations of their business. So that is my story time about why I retired from coaching. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more story times just like this, make sure you turn on those notifications so you'll be the first one to get notified next time I upload a video just like this. Bye, y'all.